This is Casita Big Dog Rescue, and this is my pack. We rescue dogs from the local animal shelter that have been abandoned due to unfortunate circumstances. I teach them doggy etiquette and match them with the perfect owners. I'm not a dog trainer. I don't teach obedience classes. I help owners better understand their best friend. I believe every dog deserves a second chance. I'm Rafael Cabrera, and this is Casita Big Dog Rescue. Welcome to Casita Big Dog Rescue. Today's show is going to be a little different. Today we're going to be teaching you how to properly acclimate a dog from the shelter into its new home. It should be very interesting. Watch closely, pay close attention. Shelter dogs have a different mentality than the dogs you would get from a breeder or somebody who is raising dogs out of their home and selling pups. A lot of the dogs at the shelter are there because of behavior problems. This is what human beings label it as, behavior problems. Most of it is lack of knowledge on the side of human beings. The reason they're there is dogs of different breeds are bred for different jobs, different functions. So what one person believes is a behavior flaw is actually the dog just acting out to its own instinct. That means that every breed is bred to do a specific job, okay? From working dogs, herding dogs, it just goes on and on. Most people have allowed them to step into the leadership role, and dogs are not truly mentally equipped to be leaders. All dogs are born followers. Only human beings are born leaders. So dogs look to us to be that pack leader. We are a surrogate pack leader for them. They have adopted us as pack. So we need to supply everything that they need that's going to keep them balanced. So before you do decide to go to the shelter or breeder, or a friend that's just had a litter of puppies, make sure that's going to be the right dog for you. And even before that, discuss with your family members that you all are on the same page and you all agree on having a new pet in the home. Highly important. Everyone has to want it or else it's never going to work. After you've discussed it, you've come to a decision, I need you to do research on the type of dog that you're looking for. Most people judge dogs or cats or any pet by aesthetics, by the way they look. That's not enough. You can have a dog like Big Lug. I find him to be beautiful. A lot of people find him to be horrendous and hideous. I just can't help but think he's one of the most beautiful dogs in the world. But that's not why I took Big Lug. Not because I find him physically appealing, but his state of mind. So it's very important that you find the right dog to fit your family's needs. Meaning, if you are a high-energy family that are constantly on the go, and you're going to include your pet to be with you, you're going to need a dog that's going to have that level of high energy. Some dog that's going to be able to keep up with your family's busy schedule. If, in fact, you're too busy, and you don't intend on bringing your dog with you on a lot of the functions that you want to attend, you might want to reconsider having a dog, because a dog's going to require a lot of time, a lot of patience at home. You might be better off with a cat, which is more self-sufficient. But having a dog kept in a crate for 12 hours or more is not ideal for them, and it's not ideal for you. It's very stressful. So research. Do not go by looks. Go by what you want from that dog and what this dog is able to give you. Breed specific. That's the most important thing. Continue watching. We're going to have so much information for you. It's going to be information overload. But I hope you come away from this with the mindset that you get the proper dog to suit your family's proper needs. Thank you. So we discussed about picking the proper dog to fit your family's lifestyle. Now, the next thing I do want to touch on is when you do go to the shelter or breeder, fitness and health. You want to ask certain questions. Some of the things you're going to want to look for when you are adopting a dog. First thing you want to look for is the dog's temperament. If it's a high energy, if it's calm. Going down the line of all the kennels and everything, If you got a dog that's jumping up and down and barking, and you're a very reserved family and you're pretty quiet, that might not be the best dog for you. You might want to find a dog that's laying down, being very calm. It's not reacting to the other chaos that's going on. Health-wise, things to look for: bright eyes, bright nose. You want to see wetness on the nose, but you don't want to see it running. You don't want to see no yellow matter coming out of its nose, and you do not want to see a dry nose either. Then you want to take a look at their coat. You want a nice shiny coat, nothing dull. You want to keep it so that it feels good to the touch. It's not all coarse. Another thing you want to do is you want to feel the body for lumps, abrasions, any kind of cuts, anything like that. So those are the things: bright eyes, nose that's wet but not runny and not dry, a shiny coat as to a dull coat. Look at how they're walking. Watch their gait. See if they're limping in any way. See if they have any problems with their hips. And the most important thing, when you first get there, ask if there's someone there that can truly assess this dog for you. The number one priority we always want to achieve here at Casita Big Dog Rescue is child safety, because before dogs, children are the most important thing in this world and in our world. So have someone assess the dog for you. Make sure that that dog is going to be childproof. Bring your children with you. Be very wary. Make sure that the dog cannot get to the child and that you are protecting your children at all times. We don't know anything about these dogs, so make sure there's a staff member on hand to give you all the help you're gonna need. If you have another pet, if you have another dog and you want to acclimate these two dogs together, bring your dog with you to make sure they do get along well. It would be horrible to adopt a dog from a shelter or from a breeder and then bring it home and find out that your pet that you have already is not compatible with the new pet you're bringing in the home. So that's highly important. And if you do come across a dog like Penny, Penny's one of the dogs from the shelter. All our guys do come from the shelter. This is my partner's dog, Samantha Carter, and Nick Carter, the founders of Casita Big Dog Rescue. Penny, as you can see, we don't know her back history. She has a leg, it's called being atrophied. She has no use of her right front paw. That didn't stop Sam from wanting to take her home, loving her, and giving her the proper home. So don't let that deter you either. If there is an animal there that has a slight affliction, you can get past it. They've gotten past it. It doesn't matter to them. Don't need you to feel sorry for them, because they don't feel sorry for themselves. Penny, as relaxed as she is right now, even though she only has use of her 3 legs, she's probably the fastest dog we have here. She can dig a hole 2 times faster than any dog, and we've seen that numerous times. So again, don't let something like that stop you from adopting. Even heartworm, that's something that can be treated. There are 2 different methods. We prefer the slow kill method. It works wonderfully. Our little girl Lucy, which is back there, she was full of heartworms. Samantha had her treated. 5 years later, she's doing fine. No more heartworm. She keeps up with everybody else. So don't let things like that deter you. If, in fact, that your money situation makes it hard for you to pursue something like that, take that into account. It's very important. Don't overload your checkbook. Make sure you are able to afford the proper needs of your new pet. That's vet bills, heartworm medicine, the proper food, crating a dog, the proper bowls. So a little bit of money is entailed. Make sure that you are financially able to support this dog for the rest of their life. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Knowledge is key. There's no such thing as a stupid question, only stupid answers. So be informed. Know what questions to ask. Know what things to look for. Do some research. The staff members at the shelter will be more than happy to answer any one of your questions. And again, if they can't, find someone that can go with you. Adopting a pet is a lifetime commitment. You want to make sure that you're taking all the proper steps to ensure the health and happiness of that dog in its new home. This is Lucy Carter. This is another one of Samantha Carter and Nick Carter's dogs. Thanks to her, Casita Big Dog Rescue was born and founded. She was the inspiration for everything. She's a spokesperson on our valuepetsupplies.com website, and she's just a truly amazing dog. Having a small dog has to take a lot of consideration, because Most small dogs don't do well with young children. So if you do have young children in the house, I don't recommend small dogs unless they are raised with them. Bringing an older dog in that is of a smaller breed, they're not used to the quick movement of children and the running around. And if you do have a high traffic area with a lot of people in and out of your home, smaller dogs might not be the best thing because they are tiny, they can get trampled very easily. So you have to be cautious about the type of dog, the size of the dog that you pick. You know, if you have a family with young children that want to play, a medium-sized dog might be better to a large dog. But for a smaller dog, I recommend people's homes that are less active, don't have a lot high traffic, don't have a lot of visitors. But that doesn't mean do not get your dog out and socialize. That's the most important thing. Even with small dogs, people have the tendency of picking them up and carrying them around. Not necessary. You don't have to do that. They have 4 legs. Let them use them. It's highly important. Dog is a dog is a dog. Even though they're all different sizes, they all are hardwired the same. They all require exercise, structure, rules, regulations, and boundaries, and then affection. So it's very important that you make sure you get the right size dog to fit your house. So due diligence, education, always key.
This is Rafael Cabrera with Casita Big Dog Rescue, and this is my rescued American Bulldog, Big Lug.
Thanks to our sponsor, ValuePetSupplies.com, Lug and I are able to save dogs at our shelter. Every purchase you make at ValuePetSupplies.com helps in saving these beautiful dogs from being destroyed. Follow us on Casita Big Dog Rescue YouTube channel. Buy from our sponsor, ValuePetSupplies.com, and you could be part of saving these majestic animals.
Save a life, adopt a rescued pet. Right, Big Lug?
Do you have an active dog? Is he a little bit hyper? You want to find something for him to do? Floppy ear Kong Wubbers. They're great. We use them here at Casita Big Dog Rescue. They drain all that bad energy that your dog has. It's a wonderful toy. The floppy ears keep them entertained. It has a squeaky sound to it. That keeps their attention. Remember, floppy ear Kong Wubbers. Drain that bad energy. This is the way to go. We're going to touch on some of the finer points, some of the finer tools that you're going to need before you even bring your dog home. Purchase these things at any local pet shop. You can go online to ValuePetSupplies.com. You can get a lot of these tools. I call them tools. These are things simply food bowls. I recommend stainless steel food bowls. They don't absorb bacteria. They're easily contained. Dogs can't chew them. They're better for them hygienically wise and just all around better. Okay, stainless steel bowls. 2, one for water, one for food. Crating is essential when you bring a new dog home, especially when you bring a dog home from the shelter, because a lot of times they don't know a back history of the dog. This dog can be destructive. It could have separation anxiety. You don't want it destroying your home. You don't want it getting into something where it could hurt itself, an electrical cord, something on those lines. So having a crate is very important. A lot of people say, well, I've never had to crate a dog. And again, it goes back to instinct. Crate suffices as a surrogate den. Dogs are denning creatures. Out in the wild, they live in dens. They have their pups in dens. They spend the majority of their time sleeping in dens. Dogs sleep up to 13 to 14 hours a day. So the crate becomes your best friend and their best friend as well. The size of the crate is very important. You have to have the crate proportioned to the size of your dog for 2 reasons. Number 1, an animal will not defecate or urinate where it sleeps for the most part. So the larger the crate will give them more of an area to defecate and urinate in. So if you're planning on housebreaking your dog, you want a crate that is going to limit their space to where they will not soil themselves. So that's number 1. Number 2, they want to be able to be in there, stretch out completely, and turn around completely. That's how you determine the size. It goes by weight of the dog, the size of the dog. Some of the things we recommend to keep them in that crate and to keep them quiet, I call them doggy pacifiers. One of the best products that we use is called beef kneecaps. These are 100% pure beef. They're smoked. They are actually beef kneecaps. They come individually wrapped. You take them out of the wrapper, of course, very important. You place them inside the crate for the dog. This becomes their tool only to keep them calm inside this crate, and they only get it when they're in there. This will keep them occupied when you leave. So if your dog suffers from a little separation anxiety, put one of these in there. This will help curb that. It's highly important. This is some of the products that you can find on valuepetsupplies.com. So this is called beef kneecap. Very, very useful. They only get it when they're inside the crate. When they come out, it must come out with them. They're not allowed to have it at any other time. Another product that we find that was very useful. It looks a little nasty. This is a beef neck bone. You could purchase this in any of your local grocery stores. We recommend Publix. We find they have them all the time. They're in the back in the frozen food section with their meats and everything. You keep it in your freezer and you give it to them raw. You don't want to cook it. You don't want to boil it. When you do that, it takes the bone and it makes it where it can splinter and can cause damage to your dog. This way, they break up in small particles to bone and they pass them. And they're very good. And truly, the only thing that's going to take tartar off a dog's teeth is all bone. Like, again, the beef kneecaps, it's all smoked. That's fine. They will not splinter. These will keep that tartar off your dog's teeth. You have marrow in there. It's good for them. A lot of protein, and you have a little bit of meat on the outside to keep them enticed. So again, this is a great tool. Place inside the crate. It's a pacifier. This will keep them busy, will keep them occupied when you're gone. Next thing, you're going to need a collar. Make sure you find out the size type of dog you want and a collar that's going to be proportionate to fit them. Most of them become adjustable. Very important tool. You're going to need it so you can place your dog's tags on it and a microchip tag as well. And that you will all receive from the shelter when you get your dog. They'll give you all the information about that. But you want to have that accessible to your dog all the time. When you place your dog in the crate, you should never have a collar on. They should go in there with nothing because they can get caught and it can strangle your dog. So always err on the side of precaution. Collars off when they're in the crate. Once they're out, you want to have a collar on them so you have control of your dog all the time. You don't want to have to grab it by the scruff of its neck. You don't want to pull its tail. That can lead up to a bite. So having a collar will save your fingers. When you do fit a collar to your dog, you want to get 4 fingers underneath it, no more than that, because a lot of collars will slip over your dog's head if you have it too loose, and the dog will escape from you at that point. There are different types of collars you can purchase. There's a collar called a martingale. They are wonderful. They act almost like a choker, but they're made out of material rather than choker collars. I do not use choke collars. They cause damage to a dog's throat, to their trach. Very, very bad. As you know, in previous shows, you see me use pinch collars. They are much more humane. A lot of people frown on them, but they are truly a wonderful tool. The people that do frown on them have not done their research and understand what they can do. What this does, it provides a bridge between human and dog. This is a surrogate dog. It just gives a sensation to a dog's neck. As you can see, it's equal pressure all the ways around. It's not one specific point that will harm a dog. They're all rounded. I'm going to take it, I'm going to place it on my arm, and I'm going to pull on it. And you can see I'm giving it a good shot here. And look at my arm. Just for the fact that I have dry skin, that's it. But it didn't leave any marks. If this hurt our dogs, I would never use it. Believe me, no one loves dogs than us here at Casita Big Dog Rescue. So, pinch collar, valuable tool. There is a right way and a wrong way to use it. Always seek help before using one. Okay, but I highly recommend it. That's something you can also get in touch with us at, and I'll show you how to properly fit it. And again, this is also fitted to where you can only fit 4 fingers under it to prevent it from slipping over the dog's head. And it's never meant to slip on and off in that manner. It comes apart as such. It's very simple tool. I recommend it to everyone that we've adopted to. Everyone's used it, everyone brags about it. And again, do some research, find out how good these are rather than how bad they are. The proper lead. I prefer a leather lead. They come in all sorts of materials, shapes, and lengths. I prefer a 4-foot leather lead. I've had this, I think, almost 20 years now. And it becomes supple. They feel good in your hand. They're very pliable. They're easy to store. They will last forever. Never allow your dogs to chew on them. This does not belong to your dog. This belongs to you. So you have to maintain this. Do not allow them to have access to it where they can destroy it. So a leather lead, 4-foot, great for training, great for handling, feels good in your hand, highly important. Make sure it has a good clasp, but it's not going to come loose. So again, you have collar, you have the lead, you have the pinch collar for training only, and the crate, which is essential for housebreaking, keeping your home safe, giving you peace of mind, and keeping your pet safe as well. So these are the tools, the neck bones, the beef neck bones. These are the things you're going to need, the bowls. Have all this stuff in your home already before you bring your dog home. Make yourself a checklist up, write down everything that's going to be essential. You can go to your local pet shop, you can talk to them, you can ask them questions, or you can go to valuepetsupplies.com. They'll be more than happy to go through everything with you on what you're going to need. So get your tools first, then get your dog. Make everybody happy, and that's the most important thing. So go out, grab your stuff, but wait till the end of the show. We'll be right back. Thank you. If you have a high-energy dog, like we do, Rocky, Frisbee is one of his favorite pastimes. As you can see, these Frisbees here are all chewed up and destroyed. Very hard plastic, not great for their teeth, not good for their mouth when they make contact with it. Hard for them to pick up off the ground. So if you're tired of taking your money and just throwing it away, the route you want to go is what? Kong Flyer Flexible Frisbee. One of the fine products you can find on valuepetsupplies.com. It's soft, durable. This will not hurt your dog's mouth when he catches it, will knock any teeth out. It's easy to pick up off the ground. If in fact they do chew it, they will pass it through their system, will not cause any blockages. They come in different sizes, wonderful for your dog. Go get it. Good boy, good catch. Kong, Flexible Flyer Frisbee, valuepetsupplies.com.
This is Rafael Cabrera with Casita Big Dog Rescue, and this is my rescued American Bulldog, Big Lug.
Thanks to our sponsor, valuepetsupplies.com, Lug and I are able to save dogs at our shelter. Every purchase you make at valuepetsupplies.com helps in saving these beautiful dogs from being destroyed. Follow us on Casita Big Dog Rescue YouTube channel. Buy from our sponsor, valuepetsupplies.com, and you could be part of saving these majestic animals.
Save a life, adopt a rescued pet. Right, Big Lug?
The walk is not only to set you up as pack leader and to let your dog know that you're in control, that he's not going to have anything to worry, he or her is not going to have anything to worry about while you are out. This instills the confidence in them and the trust that they do trust you to make all the right decisions. If you allow your dog to be in front of you, you're telling your dog you want him to be in control and in charge. It's like being in the military and sending somebody out on point to make sure everything is in order. If your dog is out front there, it's going to make sure that this dog stays away and this person, and that includes the barking and the jumping. So you want to make sure that your dog understands that you're in charge and you don't need it to act out on any of those accounts. Walking is just a walk. It's not allowing your dog to sniff around, to stop every 10 feet and check out what's going on. A walk is like meditation. When you're walking with your dog, I want your mind to be free. I want you to think about all pleasant things, and I want you to have to concentrate on your dog. Again, walking with your dog, they be next to you, and it's just walking. If you allow them to stop, they are training you at that point. They're controlling the situation. You want to let your dog know that you're in control. And it's not being mean, If your dog can hold its bowel movement for 8 hours while you're not home, 4 more minutes isn't really going to matter. So for that hour walk, you need to be in control. You need to let that dog know that everything is okay. You will not allow anything to happen to him. So remember, a walk is just a walk. And don't forget, it has to be done daily, every day, rain or shine. Your dogs need to get out. Birds fly, fish swim, dogs must walk. They are migrating creatures. It's part of their DNA. It's the way they're hardwired. Dogs in the wild average anywhere up to 50 miles a day, every single day. So again, you're catering to the instinct. You walk your dog on a regular basis, and you walk it in the right ritual, the right form of that ritual, your dog will be calm, balanced, and you won't have anything to worry about. So thank you for watching this segment of Casita Big Dog Rescue. We hope this was informative, was a help to enable you to keep your dog safe in your new home and his new home. Remember, next week we're going to be touching on many different items about barking, digging, jumping. We're going to touch on everything, any kind of questions that people normally have with their dogs. And if we missed anything, don't forget to go to our website, CasitaBigDogRescue.com. Any episodes you missed on TV, you can catch on there. There's training tips and everything. And don't forget, shopping with my sponsor, ValuePetSupplies.com, keeps me saving these dogs. You help me help them. Thank you very much. Next week, Part 2. Don't miss it.